Alright folks, welcome back to the common test server, and let's finally review the top tier double barrel Russian heavy that's coming in patch 1.7.1. It is the STII or ST2, basically a slightly larger STI with two barrels for the guns. So the STI is a very good tier 9 tank. I even argue it's better than the IS-4 if it's placed at tier 10. So yeah, the IS-4 needs a buff. You might even want to switch the IS-4 with the STI and just buff and nerf respectively. But let's take a look at this vehicle. So this tank will cost you 217,000 XP-ish from the IS-3-2, which is about average, but it's slightly above average since the average is about 200,000 XP. So 217 is okay, it's workable, but the stock grind on the IS-3-2, that's the hard part. But for this vehicle, it's tier 10. You have all the fully upgraded stuff. So let's take a look at the stats. Now I do put optics, vertical stabilizer, and enhanced gun lane drive because you cannot put rammer on all the double barrel guns. You could put vents, but it is Russian and the view range suck. If you don't have the coded optics, you could put toolbox. So I would recommend you put vertical stabilizer first, and then enhance gun lane drive, and then the optics. You could switch out the optics for toolbox, vents, and that's likely it. So all these other ones like CO2 in the tanks and heavy small liners, those are just superfluous. You don't really need it. But let's take a look at the stats with the equipments. So 2,350 DPM for two of the guns is okay. It's not bad. It's not good. I mean, I think the STI has about the same DPM. Yep. Even with the rammer, it has the same DPM as the tier 10. Holy crap. You just get two of the guns. But yeah, the STI has better accuracy. 0.36 compared to 0.38. Wow. Let me just compare these two. Why not? Add to comparison. Let me clear the list first. Add to comparison. It's basically the same at tier 9, but at tier 10. So with equipments, without the crew, same reload time. The turret turns a lot more slowly for the STII or ST2. Same gun depression of 8 degrees, which is great. 20 elevation now, which is also good. DPM is the same. It has worse accuracy, 0.38. Faster to aim, so that's good. A lot more health, obviously. The same hull armor, even though the lower plate is better on the ST2. A lot stronger turret front. More engine power, quote unquote, but still, horsepower per ton ratio is still garbage-ish. But it is a truly heavy tank, so it is slow. Top speed of 40, reverse of 13. Turns slightly slower than the ST1. And camo is about the same. It has better camo, surprisingly. Alright. And I have optics put onto the ST2, whereas I put vents on the ST1. So let's take a look at the armor profile before we make any judgment on the vehicle. Now, the armor of this thing is what really shines. It is a Russian heavy, but there are no weak spots for the turret front. The turret front is a 260mm effective sloped commander cupola. That is thick. That is the same as the Object 430U. It has a commander cupola. It's about 250mm. You will not pin it. Upper plate is about 230. It's sloped backwards. You do have the driver hatch weak spot, quote unquote, but it is thicker than the upper plate without as much of a sloping, but it's still effectively the same. Lower plate is about the same too, but this lower plate is better than the ST1. Now, the true purpose of the Russian heavies are angling for the KV Fortress and the ST1s. So if you properly angle this vehicle, lower plate is auto bounce for most of the normal shells. Upper plate is the same. Side armor is the same. You do have a slight weak spot in terms of the cheeks, but it's still 240mm-ish, which is still very thick. And yeah, the turret front is also like 280-ish, 300 millimeters. Rounded, slow backwards. It's not even a weak spot. Oh my god. So, unlike the IS-3 counterparts, but similar to the IS-4, these Russian heavies does not have the space side armor. So this is actually a very thick side armor plate. There's no side armor skirts like the IS-3s or the T-10s, but yeah, this is just basically a very thick plate. Very thick plate at the sides. Yeah, that's just basically welded into a very large plate. It is sloped backwards a little bit, slightly, but there's no space side armor, otherwise it might be even broken at that point. So it's the same as the IS-4. I'll show you the IS-4. That is not space armor, that is just one solid plate. Unlike vehicles like the IS-7, that's space armor right here. That's space armor side skirt. It's a very small part, but it's working very well. Same goes with the Object 705s. Same goes with the T-10s and the IS-3s and this thing. That's space armor right there. So I'll show you the T-10 as well. But it's more prominent on the IS-3 branch. That's space armor. So you do not get auto bounces like the IS-3 branch. But it's still very thick, 140. That's only 10mm less than the KV Fortress. Well, even though KV Fortress is littered with weak spots on the turret and the turret front. But this thing is insane. Gun depression, turret armor, ridiculous side scraping potential, and frontal plate is still very well protected. So, unless you get circle strafed, it's very hard to yank this vehicle out of a stronghold key position, like on top of a hill or next to a building. It's very hard to pry that vehicle from the good position, so you might have to use high explosive, but that's not even going to work well. So we'll put the good crew, return crew to vehicle, but I have my very good ST1 crew, and it's the same crew loadout: 2 loaders, 1 driver, 1 gunner, 1 commander. There's no radio operators, and that's basically it. So with all the good crew, 2400 DPM, it's still okay. Aim time is a little bit faster, but yeah, let's play with this thing. So yeah, it's a very good heavy tank. Let me put the camo. You always put camo, even though it doesn't matter much. Now, it doesn't carry as much shells as the IS-3-2 or IS-2-2. I think the hull length is the same as the STI. So let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, or 7 rolled wheels compared to the 7 rolled wheels on the ST1. So it is not the elongated comparison between the IS-3-2 and the normal IS-3. So as you can see, normal IS-3 is 1 road wheel shorter than the double barrel version. So this vehicle doesn't carry as much shell as the 2 tiers lower vehicle. So it carries about 40 rounds, which is okay. I mean, it's not good by any means, but it's still better than the IS-4, which only carries like 30 rounds. And the IS-7, but IS-7 has a bigger gun. This thing also carries like 30 rounds. Ugh. Also goes to the Object 260. This thing carries only 30 rounds. A 40 now. You buffed it? Interesting. There's a... When did this happen? There was a hidden buff to the Object 260? I was loaded for 30 rounds. Apparently they buffed it. I haven't played this vehicle in like 2 years. Alright, let's go to the ST2 and let's play a few matches. It is the Apocalypse tank. If they make a skin for the Apocalypse tank, I would definitely buy it. I mean, I love Red Alert. I love Command and Conquer. This is basically a Command and Conquer tank. Just put Gatling cannons on the back of the turret, and you're good to go. And like anti-aircraft missiles or something. But it is. I think STI is so much better than the IS-4, and this vehicle is basically twice the barrel of a STI at tier 10. I mean, the IS-4 should like be switched with the STI, or either get a auto reloader system or auto loader system. But god, the IS-4 just power crept to hell. It's not even worthwhile. So the only vehicles that I think might be a threat to this thing, if properly played, is likely the Barn, the FE4005, or the Type 5 that fires high explosives, or maybe the Jagdpanzer E100 firing gold gel with 420mm of pen. But otherwise, I don't think any vehicle could pry this vehicle from a good position if played well. But I'm not going to play well. I'm going to chase after a light tank like an idiot. But oh, I mean, it does have more engine power than the ST1, so it does feel, I mean, still heavy. But the turret turning is a lot slower. It's like 16 compared to 20-ish of a degrees per second. So turning this turret is slow. But there is the barn. We're good to go. So push into the position. Wow, EBR just YOLO rushed the artillery. Okay. Let's not be hasty over here. Okay, IS-4. Everybody just call. Okay. 5 seconds between each shell. I have the Chieftain hybrid thing behind me. Nice. Lord play exposed. That is a Jagdpanzer E100, and that is a big gun. Oh, come on, that was until a Lord plate. Wiggle a little bit back and forth to draw off their shots. Don't block my teammates as much. Nice. It's still a long reload. I mean, it's not buffed from the tier 9 version of the vehicle. Is he firing high explosive? Okay, proper angle for the ST2. Nice into a low plate. Man, TVP, you're ballsy. Okay, man. I mean, I'm single firing for now, but once I get to the bottom of the bridge. Ah, into the cheeks and bounced. Side of the turret superstructure is weak on that thing. As you can see, it turns green when I have a good shot. Side armor scraping. There's no way. Okay, don't expose the side of your turret as much. It's all cluster fucks. Everybody just cluster over here. Are we firing high explosive? It might be the time. Oh, is it the cheeks? It's a lower plate. Interesting. Yes. I'm just side scraping a little bit too much. I'm firing high explosive? Ah. Clusterfucks everywhere. So into the side armor of the cheeks with gold shell. So this is not a good position. My high explosive doesn't do shit. Let's angle back. Alright, we have to go back to gold. So you don't want to do the lower. What I mean is, oh, high explosive. What I mean is, when you're on a lower elevation than your opponents, this knocks out some of your 5 seconds of reload. Oh, made it out that shot. But yeah, if you're still good side armor. Ah, I've been swarmed. But yeah, you want to be on lower surface, and people will spam gold. I get it, but you want to have the high ground basically, and the accuracy is still Russian. All right, I get it. I get it. I like when you're playing a corner in a sense with heavy tanks. Once you push up, don't push up with everybody else. So have somebody in the back covering you while you push up. You don't want to push up all together and give up your advantage of the backer position, supporting positions. So when I push up, the teammates should not push up. I mean, I'm holding the corner, and somehow the 705 pushed up for unknown reasons, and everybody gets jumbled up. So it's still very good solid armor, and yeah, you don't want to let me explain that to you. So here is the side scraping. Normal, elevated, same position for against opponents. This is very effective. But if they are on a hill that's a higher ground than you, that will be the actual perspective of the armor, and this basically cancels out the angling of your cheeks. So you don't want to do that. The same goes for the STIs. So if you angle normally like this, it's very hard to pin. But if you are on a lower ground and your opponents are higher above you with gun depression, they will aim downwards into your cheeks, and this will get pinned. So that's my mistake. But then again, everybody just clamber up. I mean, the chieftain was at a good position, so as long as the chieftain stays there, he's very good. Strong turret front, denies all the gold shells, but somehow he pushed up with me as well, for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I should not push up, but maybe I just camp in the back like a bitch. So it still takes 5 seconds to switch the guns. It is longer of an intermediate shell reload, so I don't like that as much. I mean, it felt like 3 seconds for the IS-2-2 for some reason. It felt like switching between the 100mm was only like 3 seconds or so, not 5 seconds or 4 seconds. Alright, just play slowly. That's the key to playing heavy tank. Don't rush through stuff. Don't think you need to push up and take positions. So for example, for this map, normally if you're playing heavy tanks on this map with artillery, just camp right here. Camp on top of the valley. Yeah, have other heavies or like half of the heavies push the field. It's a lot more simpler than just pushing through the valley, because you'll get focused down by artillery. You'll get focused down by 4 005s like right here, shooting into the valley. You don't want to have that. So yeah, strategy, but it's still a pretty looking tank. I mean, just give it a banner of some sort, like Emperor tanks or Overlord tanks. Those would be great. Like put Gatling cannons on top of the turret, put like missile pods, even though they don't actually work. That would be nice. I would pay for that skin. But it has gun depression, and that's very important for a Russian heavy. And it has a very strong turret front. Cupola is also very strong. So basically, it's immune to any shots while gun depressed. It is very slow of a shell. Oh shoot. Getting to cover. Nice shot. I hate stupid bugs. The freaking gnats. Did he flip? No, he didn't. Another gnat. Insects. Dancing together. Ooh! Ooh, firing high explosives. What? It's a 220! I auto bounced off the S tank? That is insane. Alright, time to protect this corner. Now Sam, why don't you help your teammates down the hill? They shouldn't go down there in the first place. They're in artillery zone. They're facing off against a shit barn, like I said. Shooting into the valley, so they're going to die. The FE-215B-183, it's not even 183, it's just a heavy tank, they will die. But I'll protect this ridge with gun depression and 2 of the barrels, so just wait for the teammates to push across the field. Also I have artillery support, there's artillery right here, it will shoot down into the valley. I'm fine. It's all fine. I have held up this position with a normal STI very well. It's fine. There's no problem. As long as we make sure nobody goes over that corner, and we'll just push back. Okay. Is he even coming? That's what she said. There's the barn. 5 seconds to switch. Obvious angle. I have a Jagdpanzer E100 behind me, and they're in artillery zone, so you don't have to push up Jagdpanzer. But the ST2 will be pushed very soon. Ah, I missed the cupola. See, right now I have artillery support. They are being choked while a E4 is pushed in behind it. There we go. Take out the high explosive gun. It's fine, he's being... Oh, gold shell. I have my time. I have the Jagdpanzer U100. Angle. Yeah. And artillery support too. Alright, there you go. No, this turret front is so good. Yeah. Strategy of playing with teammates. Let's see how strong the cupola is. Very strong. Gold shell, yeah, gold shell into the turret front. Go Jagdpanzer U100! 420 him. Blaze it. Yeah, gold shell obviously will pin almost everything, but don't be a gold spammer. Don't be a cunt. You don't need gold when we're winning. So yeah, basically shooting the cupola does nothing. Not even at close range. You must hit it directly on. Directly on the cupola. Even if it's at an angle, it will bounce. It just, oh Jesus. You think it's a weak spot. It's not a weak spot. I still would like some benefits comparing this vehicle over to the STI. Like at least a 200, not 200, at least twin 490 alpha guns. Like a 130 instead of 122. The 122 with the 440 alpha should be at tier 9, right? And then at the tier 10 you should have like 2 big ass guns or something. It's not like that. I mean, it does have a stronger armor profile, which is good, but comparing it to the Tier 9, the Tier 9 is a dramatically improvement over the KV4. No question about it. A lot stronger hull front, a lot stronger turret front, and a very bitey 122 compared to 107 that's on the KV4. Comparing the Tier 5, the switch from Tier 9 to Tier 10 is not as dramatic. So it's not as crazy shifting from the ST1 to the ST2, even though they are on a different branch. So I think I would prefer playing the ST1 over the IS-3-2. Alright, you say it's a bad tank, I say it's okay. Let's go towards the beach because artillery mostly. Well, let's see how everybody plays out, but guess we're not going to the beach then. Yeah, we're not going to the beach. Okay, we're not going to the beach. Did I get spotted? No, I did. I did. There are 2 artilleries. 1 E3. Everybody just pushes the E3. There is a 5A. We do have the gun depression problem. Same. That's what the other ST2s are thinking about, or not. Yes? We'll kill the 5A. Knock them out. I don't like gnats. Don't like insects. They piss me off. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we have the E3, right? Or never mind, E3 is not even here. Yo, fire explosive! Alright, everybody spam gold. Let's spam gold. Because we can. Wait, why is the E3 pushing middle of nowhere with nobody there? If you don't want to go, get out of the way, please. God. Why is everybody dead again? Oh. Firing pikes. This is not the time for that. That's not the time. Firing by explosive. I'll go chill. Yeah. Oh, come on. Everybody spams gold on the test server. And high explosive. Oh. Everybody just get creamed. Everybody spams gold, everybody gets cream. And our E3 is going to drown himself unsuccessfully. You don't go anywhere by yourself in this game. That's a no-no. Let me take a look at the STI again. So it's 235 millimeters of lower plate armor. Let's take a look at the ST1. ST1 has, with upgraded turret, please. Upgrade the tracks first, upgrade the turret next. Ew, what kind of turret is that? But, preview again. Module, tracks, turret. Let's see. ST1 has 193, so it's 20mm less for a lower plate. Upper plate is the same, it's about 240-ish. So it has obviously a better lower plate on the ST2, but the commander cupola is just as tough. I mean, side scraping with this thing is still a very good beast. Even though this cheek armor is not as thick, I think. It might be just me. It might be just me. 140. But yeah. Shutouts. Let's try again. But there will definitely be skins. I would hope so. For the ST2. That would be great. Please give us Apocalypse skin. Apocalypse skin or Overlord skin from either of the Command and Conquer series, or a siege tank. I thought you have the license from from Blizzard to do a siege tank. Wait, does siege tanks have double barrels? I think they do, right? I need to confirm. Let me take a look at the siege tank. Let me search this up off screen. Siege tanks from Blizzard. Images. Yeah, they have double barrels. I remember correctly. Alright, there's one artillery. I don't think you have the Blizzard permission to put siege tanks into your game. If this thing could like deploy and expose a gigantic gun, that would be hilarious. Like all artilleries have a deploy mode and actual mode, but some tanks have also a deploy mode where they expose one of the bigger guns. Like this is carrying a 170mm, exposes the turret and just fires it. It's super sci-fi. Alright, assault on this map. Okay, 22 seconds of gun reload, 5 seconds to reach between the guns. Light tanks don't go to where light tanks should spot, but then again, whatever. I'm not playing. Can we shoot that guy? Oh my god, the turret turns slowly. Alright, he's coming over. Oh! Nobody's here. Got him. Oof! I got him once. Alright, go Barn. It's all up to you now. Or not. Run havoc! Why don't they nerf the stupid clown cars? Like, you cannot repair your wheels while driving. That's like one of the key essence of the clown car being stupid. Oh well, we're just going to do our heavy tank stuff. Our artillery shooting this spot too, that's not good. Okay, their clown car is dead at the cost of one artillery and positioning on the hill. And this leopard one is very brazen. Brave Conqueror. Eat that, Alpha. That's fine. I don't need gold shell. Proper angling does not need gold shell. I'm not even fired a double shot. downside of that thing is... Alright, if you want Gojo, let's play with Gojo. I want to get in front of the Conqueror, if he would let me. Alright. Conqueror, I'll get in front of it. Please don't block me for now. Please don't block me. I'll get in front. He hit a wall. I'll hit you in the face. Yeah, no. Double gold shell. Block one of them. One missed or something. Ah! Angling. I'll just fucking button rush him! Bomb rush! Okay, he's dead too. Alright, I don't need Ghost Shell for most of their vehicles, other than, yeah, for most of their vehicles. Alright, their grill. Oh, he's stuck. Hi. Let's try and go. Are you stuck? Oh, artillery. That's a big gun, artillery. Alright, I even fired a double shot. Oh. Can we get a double shot? No, we can't. Push out back! There we go. There we go. And there's a UDS and a ST2 somewhere. And the object will obviously get to them way before I can. Gotta get the shot off. It's a big gun. It's a 705A. He has a 152. Alright. But that was easy once you know how to work the side scraping. But gold shell, gold shell. Gold shell, upper plate, yeah. I don't think I have a shot, but yeah, the side armor on the Conqueror is obviously not as good as this thing. Not even close as good. Go shell. Yeah. Oh, also I forgot to mention, if there's a blockage, it will become dotted line for the reticle when you're double shotting. It will be a full line when you have both shots landing, and subsequently half is dotted, half is not. That's for whichever gun is being blocked. I'll show you again, but that's so much easier once you know how to play this vehicle correctly. One more, then we'll call it quits. But basically, for the reticle, it's a half circle for two of the guns. The left gun's on the half left circle, or left half of the circle, and the right gun is for the right half of the circle. But both guns have a reticle. If the reticle is dotted, that means there's something blocking the gun from the actual target behind. So that's why it's dotted. It will be a full circle if it's correctly without blockage for both guns. So you'll see it once you press the button, but it's hard to explain. I never do that. I have to watch some video about it to know it. Alright, at least it's a corner camp, as always. Should be fun because we have gun depression. I mean, it is a tier 10, but heavy tanks are not my favorite playing tier 10s in terms of rank battle mode. But if you're good at it, go right ahead. But for me, I generally prefer playing camping tanks. I camp in the back and exploit flanks. I like playing like Skoda, TVPs, and 50-51s or batch. I prefer the 50-51 over the batch yet. Projectos, those are very good. Leopard 1s, I haven't tried the sniping version, but yeah, I gave up playing the Pat. I gave up playing any of the 430Us and aggressive mediums. It's everybody aggressive too hard. Nobody plays support. Support is more fun. You get more damage for it. That's just me doing try snipe. Try snipe in the back. Get me a scum. Alright, E100, you're going to get vaporized by almost every other tank, other than some other heavies, or like, I don't know, you need a better gold shell. You need a better turret, actually. You don't need a better gold shell. Alright, there is a portable fly, Nook. There's some very big boys. I don't want to get high explosive right off the bat. Oh, don't push, please. Don't push. Don't push. U100. Oh, they're getting chewed up. Oh my god, that's how I'll do this. That's a lot of dudes. Can I shot trap you guys up and play? Alright, time to switch to gold because I'm a scum. Nah, go Jake. That's our front. Light tank is still alive. Okay, let's do this. I'll slowly trickle down your HP, but I don't have that much DPM. So it'll be a while. Don't worry, we'll get there soon enough. Turret front. Mantlet got it. Holy shit, it's all dudes. Right now I would like artillery or something. Of some sort. I cannot hit through his It's a 705. It's this. Ah, into the beak. Like Panzer. There's a lot of dudes. I am not even care. Yeah. Oh my god, if artillery would like to hit this place, that would be great. Artillery, could you reposition, please? Oh, he missed. Yoki. So many clusters. Okay, got my cracks. It's like artillery. Could you please relocate and shoot into this corner? There's so many, I cannot do anything about it. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like, if I was playing artillery, oh my god, that would be like 5 people splash. One more. I'll play one more. That would be like a 5 people splash choke point. That would be nuts. I mean, for that map, just go a little bit above the little crest, and you'll be shooting into that nook. But artillery was on the peninsula, and therefore has no shot. I mean, this thing is still good. I feel the armor is still decent against most gold shell shooting at it. The downside is you don't get a space side armor to block off most of the high pin shells. Gun depression is obviously also good, but it is a prominent target for gold shells into the commander cupola. It is still relatively flat, but it is a test server, and test server is not indicative of everybody. So not all people shoot gold shells into a cupola front. But yeah, this cupola is 250. It is sloped backwards, but it's still, I mean, it's still a big target for gold shell compared to something like the object for 30U. Where the hell's my object for 30U? So like this thing, yeah, that's also 250 millimeters. But look how small that thing is. Let's preview this thing. Yeah, 250. Yeah, it's a very small target. Yeah, it's 250. Never mind. It's not even 250. It's like 300. Goddamn! I thought you were 250. Oh, it's 250 default without the sloping. It's 257 default without the sloping. Holy butt fuck! And this thing hasn't even been nerfed because of reasons. I mean, if you get double barrels to this thing, that would also be great. That would be insane. But yeah, this thing is a fucking meme and a half. I'll play one more of the ST2 just for funsies. But overall, I will give the tank. I still think it's good. I mean, if you know how to play well. But most of the time, I don't even use the double barrel system. I don't have time to exchange shots. Like, you need time to expose yourself for the double shot, which is not effective for a heavy tank when you're like everybody shooting gold and in a corner. You don't want to expose yourself for that long. So it's basically like a STI at tier 10 with better turret armor and better lower plate armor. The same DPM though, so might as well play STI at tier 9, and sometimes you'll face the occasional tier 7, which you will just laugh, right? But I mean, why is the DPM the same as the tier 9 though? It's a tier 10. Yeah. With the rammer, the ST1 STI has the same DPM as this vehicle. I mean, just faster to aim, with garbagier accuracy, and turns slower for the turret. Yeah, about like 3 degrees or 2 degrees slower for the turret. I mean, STI is a great tank. I mean, you can stop right here on the tier 9 and don't even play the IS-4. IS-4 just IS-4, man. I mean, it doesn't have the gun depression. That's one of the big weak spot about this thing. It also has a... if any tank is larger or taller than this vehicle, shooting into a turret top, it automatically pins. Hull armor is not even as much better at the front as compared to the ST1. Side armor is better, obviously, but still. IS-4 needs some love. It needs something like auto reloader or something in particularly better compared to something like, oh no, the 277? Yeah, the 277 basically outcategorized the IS-4. Or, IS-4 doesn't feel like a super heavy. It feels like a medium heavy. It's not big, it doesn't punch very hard, it's not fast. Armor is also not that good unless you properly angle, but most of the time just get high explosive anyways, so you don't have the firepower advantage. And if you want to side scrape, why not just side scrape with this thing? As you saw, it's very hard to pin the front of the hull unless he stops momentarily and unslope the upper plate. That's the only thing I can think about, but why not just play with this thing, right? So, out of all Russian heavies at tier 10, I would just recommend, if you're going down the list for your first time, go with the IS line. You cannot be wrong with the IS line. With the IS, you can get to the IS-7, which is a classic. You can get to the 705A, which is decent. I love mine. And you can also get to the 277, which is also very decent. So 3 branches, basically. But with the KV-4 line, or KV-3 line, KV-3 is okay, average-ish. I mean, if people know what they're doing and know where to shoot, KV-3 is just a snack. But IS-4 needs some love, obviously. KV-4 line is just, other than the ST1, this line is just meh. As for this line, it breathe some fresh air into the whole branch with the T1 150 and other stuff, but yeah, KV-3 is just not spectacular in my honest opinion compared to IS in some sense. IS you could play as a heavy or you could play as a medium. In like a tier 9 matchup, you could play as a pseudo fat medium with a large gun. That could work as a flanker in a sense. With the KV-3, you're too slow to do that. And KV Fortress obviously gets the power crept like hell because the turret could be pinned by almost anything now. They buffed the average penetration of tier 8 mediums penetration from 190 to about 210 or so. So the average pin is going up, and they will pin your turret front. But then again, Gold Shell will pin your turret front nonetheless. So basically, out of the whole branch of ST1s, I say ST1s are better than the IS-4, than the KV-4. Also better than the KV-3. KV-3 will be like a 7 or 6.5 out of 10? 7-ish. KV-4 more like a 6. It's a meme, but you get pinned, it's slow. And IS-4 will be like a holy crap. What will I give IS-4? It's hard. It's so much outclassed by any other tier 10 heavy. It's not even funny. It's like a 5? 5.5? I don't want to be too harsh on the vehicle. It's still okay as side scraping, but still, you rarely see an IS-4. Nobody plays that tank. I don't play that tank. I have it. I don't play it for a long time now. I don't want to suffer. Alright. Good old city map. Minsk. Alright. 3 ship barns. That's fun. Okay, 2 of those. And we lost 2 of our insects. Right off the bat. I don't want to get high explosive. Squash head. Somebody drowned. Ow. That's unfortunate. High explosive, you know. What could you do? And now that is a fun target to shoot at. different thing. Man, you are... I'm facing off against a bunch of high explosive shots. Shit! This is not a good position I want to be in. Can I get through that nook? Yeah, okay. Now I'm afraid of a fucking Object 277 coming from the middle of nowhere and shooting me in the face. How the hell do you knock 700 out of that shell? That is bullshit. Yep, 277 as new. How the hell did he knock his 700 health out from that shot? That's insane. Yeah, suck that. Okay, this is not going well. Bro, shoot the projectile. Oh shit. Oh, 60 TP in the field for some reason. Stupid shit barns. I mean, accuracy is still, you know, garbage ass accuracy, but aiming with the reticle is just if you would press a button and fire the shell right off the bat, that would prevent vehicles like the 4.5 from camping in a corner and shooting high explosive, obviously. So if you're ready to fire the two shells without having any cast time or any preparation time, as they call it, like for example for the IS-3-2, the cast time is 2.5 seconds. That's a salvo preparation time. And afterwards you have a 4-second block. You're blocked from reloading for 4 seconds. So basically, if you would reduce the cast time to like half a second or even no seconds, press a button, fire the shells, you obviously will deter a lot of the FE4.5 players. But how the hell did he get a 700 hit from shooting my tracks? That is bullshit. Well, there you go, folks. The ST2. So it's still better than the IS4. I would definitely. It's a lot better than the IS4. Holy crap! This thing has been outclassed since like 2015 or so. Nobody plays the IS4. Nobody plays the KV4. Somebody plays the STI because it's still good. But oh my god, these tanks are just outclassed beyond all belief. Same goes with like, where's my KV Fortress? Haven't played this thing in a long while. View range is garbage. I mean, I don't have optics, but still, view range is garbage. DPM's not bad. Penetration's not bad. Aim time is a little bit long, but you get pen in the turret, and upper play and lower play. Yeah. So many gold shell. But there you go, folks. The ST2. So there you go. I covered all the new double barrel tanks from the new upcoming patch in 1.7.1, and I would think this patch should have been out like last month with holiday ops. It should have been out for a long time now, for like a month at least. What the hell happened? That's so dumb. Well, no more complaining about that, but hope you guys have fun with this thing. I mean, it is Apocalypse tank after all, but just Did everybody just die? Did your balls fall off? What happened? I still think it's a good tank, but yeah, just into the toilet. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
All the time, my baby, you on my mind, and I don't know why, yeah, but the feeling is fine.